Oh my gosh, welcome to the Man United Agenda. It's 6 o'clock and I'm here with Paddy. We're going to do the post-match review. And Ronaldo, wow, 3 goals. That's his 50th hat-trick in club football. Thank you very much. They don't stop. They don't stop. Anyway, that chant goes on and on because we won today. We won 3-2. They don't stop. They don't stop. Anyway, that chant goes on and on because we won today. Yeah, we did win 3-2. Anyway, enough about the echoes, all that kind of thing. We could be repeating ourselves all day if we wanted to. But anyway, I'm here with Paddy. How you doing, Paddy?
I'm very well, thanks, OMONDI. Thank you for having me this evening on a great result.
I love your background. Do you want to just run us through what you got there with shirts? You start with the one you're wearing.
Oh, what I'm wearing? Well, that's an old top now, but that's just one I've just kept for cleaning now. It's not the up-to-date one, but this this is my old one. Lads, you all remember that one?
That's 99, is it?
99, yeah. This is the David Beckham one I call. Beckham.
2001, 2002?
Yeah, 1977.
77, yeah, I know that one.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
And what year would that be?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Again, it's Silk again, number 3.
He's had a long career, that Silk.
I know. I'm the longest serving player at Manchester United that never played for him, mate. All right, so.
Brilliant. I love it. I love it. I need to sort my background out, but yeah. Silk is in the house.
Silk is in the house. Silk is ready. He's got his background. He's good. He's happy. Again, critical of some of the things I've said, but you know what? I'm positive. We got the results. 3-2, 3 points, and I know top 4 is. Let's see. We'll just see. I'm doubting Thomas. Thomas is on the back still. Thomas.
So, Paddy, I mean, we both watched the game today, and we've got different views about the performance. The results, the main thing, as we say. Just want to say, TalkMU's in the house. Done a brilliant watch along. Thank you, TalkMU. If you don't know, we do cover every single game that Man United play, and TalkMU is our main commentary team with Mr. B. Want to say hi to MAISEY. Big up, MAISEY. How you doing?
MAISEY, great girl. Love her.
Top girl. And TalkMU is just saying already, dreadful performance. We're going to talk about that. And yes, big one from MUFC. He says, Sue Cristiano. And that's our first talking point. I mean, wow. Here we go. Ronaldo's 50th club hat-trick. Now, we're going to go and talk about the game in detail, everything else. But the thing that stands out for me, the headline, the main headline out there is he scored 3 goals and he saved us again. Now, let's talk about Ronaldo. What a player. Patrick, over to you.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, when I saw that first goal, then I saw the second goal, and then I saw the third goal in the second half, I thought, he saved us again. He did it at Spurs. He's been doing it all season. He did it in one of those Champions League matches in the group stage that saved us. Yeah, I can't take anything away from Cristiano. He has saved us, and he was brilliant today. But he was given that room by Norwich, by Gibson, the young lad, first half mistake. But if you give a player of that quality that room, he'll just punish you. Goes with all the greatest players in the world. If you give him an inch, he'll have you. And that's with Ronaldo. And I sensed it in the first half when he took a shot. I thought it took a shot in the first half before the first goal. I thought he's been given a lot of room here, and I knew same as Spurs gave him the same amount of room, he punished them. So any team that give him that room, don't close him down, they'll punish him, and he did. He punished Norwich. He did. He punished them. So great.
Interesting that because a lot of the season, Ronaldo seems to be a bit of a frustrated figure up front on his own. And maybe it's because we don't have a system of play. Maybe he's not getting the right service. But it's true that if you do feed him, he does score naturally. So the first goal, obviously, you're talking about Ben Gibson. He's a former Middlesbrough player and always played in the Championship. I think he had an England cap once for his good performances. So he came over. He was they were trying to play a set-piece goal kick out of defence, and Elanga pinched the ball and played it right across the 6-yard box for Ronaldo to stroke home. Yeah, beautiful goal.
It was a great, but that was again that's Norwich's downfall all season. And Norwich, if they're listening, I don't think the Norwich podcasters now, if they were listening, they'd know all season they've been marooned. The reason why they've been marooned at the bottom of the moment is because of their defensive. Their defense has been poor and their mistakes, and they're not taking their chances up front. And that's the reason why. But that's the reason why we were lucky today that we were playing a team like that. And they played well. I can't knock Norwich. I thought they were magnificent. But that first goal was an error. You should not be messing about in the edge of your own box. And they paid a price, didn't they? As soon as you saw Ronaldo swipe it in, Elanga got the ball off him. Ronaldo, come on, he's not going to miss from there, is he? So that's great. 1-0 up.
So I know we're talking about Ronaldo here, but just to ask you, so obviously the manager there, Dean Smith, he's asked the players to play the ball out from the back. So do you think they should really restrict that if you haven't got the players with the ability to do that consistently, which clearly Norwich has struggled all season? Do you think they should just pump it upfield and try to get possession upfield? Or do you think that's a big area? If you were a manager now, Dean Smith, would you say cut that out?
The bottom of the league. You want to play Bobby Moore football on the edge of your box. He was Aston Villa manager not so long back up here, and he had what's his name? Is it their centre half up there playing it from the back? I still don't think he's that good either. Mings. He's a mistake waiting to happen, isn't he? Like one of our defenders we'll talk about later. But I think that's a no. It's got to be row F, isn't it? It's got to be row F. That's got to be. And you're at the bottom of the league. They play some great football, but you're right. They're going to play that sort of football. That's suicide football. OMONDI.
But do you think managers persist with that until they get it right? Because I mean, this is
the right players, OMONDI. With the right players, and not with these players they got at the back who are not. I don't think they're used to, or I don't think they can do it. I mean, with that confidence,
So the second goal was to me a perfect hat-trick is left foot, right foot, and header. But Ronaldo's got a different style of performing a perfect hat-trick. First goal, right foot, slotted in. Second goal, we scored from a corner, God damn it. Can you believe that? That's more shocking than anything. But Ronaldo, he leaped. Oh, my God. He leaped so well. Timed his run and bam, bottom corner. Your feelings about that second goal, please?
Yeah, he rose like a salmon, didn't he, OMONDI? He rose like a salmon, mate. Do you know what I mean? And and he's a great header of the ball. Look, I'm being nostalgic about Cristiano Ronaldo. I've had him back. I saw him back at the club. I've seen him at Manchester at all the games in the Midlands. He's a great player, and he's always used his head. Again, I remember the Champions League final when he got up and knocked that goal against Chelsea. He's great. He's got all those attributes, hasn't he? He's a great header of the ball. But when he got up and he nearly got 1 second half of the header, bless him. I think that when Pogba got a cut on the back of his head,
that's right.
He was nearly there on that one. So you can all rely on Ronaldo. I think he loves heading the ball. I think he loves rising up. He's done it for Real Madrid. He's done it.
I think do you think to be a complete player, because everyone regards him as one of the best players of this generation. Do you think to be a complete player you have to have the heading ability as well? I mean, because he does score a hell of a lot of goals with his head. Yeah. Compared to Messi, say.
Yeah. Messi doesn't score many with his head at all, very rarely. And I think it's a good attribute, and I think it's a good thing. I think he must have worked on that a long time ago. Lots of his game, I think. And he's not a big lad, is he? I suppose, but he's quite agile. He's quite springy. He gets up there, and for that second goal, I noticed when I watched it play back, he wanted that. And that with those great players on Monday, they want it more than anything. When he went up for that ball, that he was slow. I mean, Gibson was slow. I'm marking him. He was second best. And when you're second best, I saw Ronaldo go, I'm going to have this. I don't care. I'm going to have that ball. I'm going for it. And no word of a lie, he was going to get that ball, that header. That was his. And that's the desire, though, isn't it, Amanda? He stands out from all that team because he has got that desire within him. And that's why he's been at the top for so long. And one of the greatest players in the world, because that desire is there. And if you take that from the rest of the players, they haven't got that inch of desire, yard of desire.
I just think it's a tremendous thing for a player to be able to master the art of heading, because it's not easy. I think of many great players and strikers who are not the best at heading and haven't really learned that craft. So Ronaldo for sure. I mean, he's a step above the rest when it comes to headed goals. I think Peter Crouch has got a record in the Premiership for headed goals, and I think Ronaldo, if he'd stayed in the Premiership, he would definitely be up there too. Top player.
But Amanda, Peter Crouch is 8'2".
That's the point. He doesn't have to jump. and finally, I mean, to complete what we'd say, Ronaldo's perfect hat trick today. I mean, had to be. I mean, haven't seen a free kick from him, I don't think, all season. They've mixed it up a few times. Our set pieces have been poor, but we scored a corner from the header, and obviously the free kick. And it was in a position where usually, if you're right-footed, you want to curl it from the left-hand side. But it was positioned on the right corner of the penalty area. And yeah, take me through the rest. What do you think about that?
But Monday, if you look, I get what you're saying, but I'm going to be critical now. I'm going to be a little bit of a doubting Thomas on this, because this team, Norwich, they're at the bottom of the league, right? Rightly so. But they gave so much room to Ronaldo today for him to get his hat trick. Third goal, of course, it was a free kick. It was masterful, but they really did give it to us. To be fair, they did give those goals to us today. To be fair, so. You want to give room. That's it. I mean, what was your point? Sorry, Mondo. So
I just want to go through that goal because the keeper got the hands to it, but not enough to sort of stop it from going in. I thought it was a good finish. He sort of drilled it in with his laces, the sort of way he does, or he's got a technique of hitting those free kicks. And when they hit sweet enough, nothing stopped them going in the roof of the net. No,
you're right. And the keeper should have saved it. To be fair, when looking back, and the commentator said the keeper should have got a hand on that. But yeah, right. It was a great goal, a great free kick, and you could tell he was setting up for it as well. He was setting up for it. He did his long stand, waiting for it, and you can tell we're all on tender hooks, aren't we? When he takes it, and sweetly hit it, brilliant goal. He's done it so many times, that free kicks, hasn't he? I mean, I can remember Beckham when Beckham used to stand up at those free kicks. You just knew it was going to go in, didn't you? So, but he did well. But all I will say is, will he get that room in the next few? When you're playing those great teams, though. They won't give you that much room. And that's the difference in this Premier League on Monday. Those clubs at the bottom, they're liable to give you a little bit more league room because they haven't got that quality. And that's the reason why they're at the bottom of the league, because they've got weaknesses in certain areas of the field, you know, in the defence, especially midfield. Front, they've got on the break a few times. But that's why we were lucky today. That's why we were lucky, I think.
Well, it's true what you say. I mean, the league doesn't lie. You're bottom for a reason. And we did see that reason there. The players sort of lack quality, but they did, for a performance like that. I think when you look as a player like that, when you come into the Premiership, you look at games, when are we going to Old Trafford? Because you know that's an arena you want to play in. And I think the players for Norwich, they really performed pretty well today. I mean, to go 2-2. But anyway, we're going to come on to that. I just want to go through a few comments because we've got a few people in the house. Obviously, TalkMU was saying it's a dreadful performance. But on the good side, he said Tottenham and Arsenal say no more. We will talk about that later. I want to say hi to Akil. He says, every season his top four comes down to a competition of which team is less rubbish. Everyone trying their best not to be in the top four. That is a good point. He also says, Ronaldo gave his match ball to Garnacho. People say he is the problem. Without him, we would be in the bottom half this season. None besides him and De Gea turn up. We can discuss that point. Evening to Matthew Bassett. How you doing? Hope everyone is well. Yeah, thank you very much, Matthew, man. Good. Oh, God, even to Bill Baggio as well. Hope you're doing well, brother. Salmon Ronaldo, sorry. I get it now. I get it. What do you think of the fans booing Pogba? We come on to that in the next segment. If you remind us of that one, please, Paddy. Big up to Solo, the boss man. How you doing, Solo? Hope work wasn't too stressful. Did the Garnacho debut today? Unfortunately not. We were looking forward to that, hoping he'd come on. I did see him on the bench. I did see Hannibal as well, looking a bit miserable. Matthew Bassett says knuckleball technique. That's what you call it. If we're talking about the free kick for Ronaldo, knuckleball technique. Maybe, Matthew, you can give us a bit more description about that, because I'm sure you know the name. I mean, just describe what he actually does. Does he hit it with the valve or something? Is it something around that? Because it seems to do a little swerve and bend. Matthew said, big up the boss man Solo in the chat. Yes, of course. Guys, anyone new to the channel or you're watching now, please, can you just press the subscribe button and like the show as well? Thank you very much. Mr. B's in the house said, yes, gents, hope you're doing well, Mr. B. Thank you with the great watch along. And he's saying this team is so dead. Oh, God. Just as I'm bigging you up, you bring it down and say we're so dead.
Mr. B, Mr. B, Mr. B.
As well.
Mr.
So the hat-trick, and what a great performance by Ronaldo. He obviously gets the match ball, and I didn't know he gave it to the young player who. That's just great stuff, isn't it? So moving on now, Paddy, we're going to talk about the starting lineup and the Ajax shape, which we'll come on to in a second. So do you want me to read out the starting lineup? Have you got it? I can.
Yeah, you can read it up. I've got mine. You just read
So starting lineup, guys. Obviously, we know there's a few players out. We saw that Reb Solo's led 1 to 11 the other day, and it was nothing like that. So we started off with De Gea in goal. That's obvious. Dalot fitted in right back. Harry Maguire on the right side of the defence. Lindelof on the left side of the defence this time around. Telles was playing left back. And interestingly now, it's a shape change. We had Pogba playing as a deep line midfielder on his own. Ahead of him were two so-called number 8s who were really number 10s in Lingard and Bruno. So that was the three-man midfield. Pogba maybe a bit isolated there. That was interesting. That was something that stood out to me when we started the game. Elanga was on the left. Sancho was on the right. And, of course, one Ronnie, Cristiano, Ronaldo up front. So it was like a 4-1 kind of shape in a way we started off with. What's your feelings about the shape change and the lineup today, Paddy, please?
Yeah, I thought that he had to make some changes because we had got a few players out. Yeah, I felt, you know what, with Pogba, as you said, coming into that lineup, and Pogba did well. I think he was enjoying himself in that role, I felt today. So a start maybe it's a role that suits him. So and I thought then Lingard was then busy. He was busy around there. Bruno started to lose the ball. I think Bruno started getting slightly lost in that position. I felt today in the first half. But Bruno Pogba did sort of come together in that position. I felt it suited him, Pogba. But Lingard, he was lively. All I could say, he was lively when he was in that midfield. But again, I don't know. My thoughts on Lingard is yesterday's man, and I'm very critical of Pogba, but he did well. Pogba first half, I've got to give him his due. He did, but second half it went elsewhere. But you're right. It was good. It was not a bad lineup actually, and the system that he put in there, Ralph, at the start for that, and he had to because of what he was faced with.
So there was no McTominay today. Fred, I don't think was available either. So yeah, that was interesting. But what I would say, I do. This system with playing a deep line holding midfielder or playmaker and two ahead of them. This is exactly how Eric plays it with Ajax. So I was just putting it out there. Maybe they're trying to introduce this system to the players now. Some of these players obviously might not be there next season, Pogba being one. But we spoke in midweek about Pogba possibly signing a new contract. And does he see himself maybe as this deep line playmaking midfielder? I thought he played really well in the first half as this deep line playmaking midfielder, which means he's got more responsibility just to sit, get the ball, distribute it, 1-2 touch football, and you know he plays that really well. And when it came to the only issue with this system is ahead of you had Bruno, who we know doesn't come back so much, and I've always complained about the starting position. So you got Pogba playing deep. Ahead of him, you have Bruno and Lingard, two players who like to get the ball and go forward. And what happens to the defensive responsibilities? That is an issue. We're playing the bottom club in the league, so maybe we thought we can get away with it, just keep possession of the ball. We did create a lot of chances, but eventually, Dean Smith did overrun us, and we would go on to their goal, which was 6 against 4. They got ahead of Bruno, they got ahead of all our midfielders, and there were 6 players against our 4 defenders, and they scored a goal from it. They took a risk. They exploited our weakness, which was clear today, with that shape that we played. So even though you've changed the shape against the bottom club in the league, we were still quite vulnerable, and as it proved today, with them scoring 2 goals, for example. So that was the starting lineup. That's the formation we played. Whether it is like Ajax or not, I'm not sure. But we can talk about this. Matthew Bassett saying Pogba can't play CDM on Tuesday against Liverpool. That Liverpool midfield will run rings around him. Paddy, you totally agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they will, and that's why I say you can't play that system against Liverpool. I mean, you saw them today, you saw them in the week. No way. They're far more powerful than we are at the moment. But just going back to that first goal that you talked about, I watched that, and it was a bit of luck for the first ball. They took it across, but you've got to look at our defensive frailties. OMONDI, Maguire, why didn't he stay where he was? He didn't. He wandered out and then walks across with his arm like this. You're going to pick him up. You should. Why were you coming? Why did you come out for that, Harry? Why? I mean, and then they straight away they're 2-1, and it's a different. But you could just sense that. You get a feeling they're back in the game, aren't they? They're back in the game, and they were fighting back. So again, we've got Liverpool on Tuesday. I know we'll talk about it later, but as Matthew just said, we play like that system. Pogba, I really worry again. I'm losing here. I worry on Monday.
So I think there's two areas we have to consider here. Pogba in possession is okay. When he's got the ball and passing it around, okay. It's out of possession that I think he was a bit isolated. And I think the two players ahead of him, in Bruno and Lingard, didn't help out. Their starting position should be a lot deeper to help out when we haven't got the ball. And I didn't see that all the time, which is why we can see the 2 goals. And I totally agree with you, Paddy, and I agree with Matthew as well, that against Liverpool, that would be suicide.
We will. And when there's players, it worries me. With there's other players not coming back in. Again, they're not. None of these players are good enough coming back in anyway. That is my criticism of this standard. We're playing a top standard team on Tuesday. We are not that standard. I don't know. I do worry about Tuesday, but we'll go back to it later. But we got caught square for those goals. We got caught square. That was the worry. Then you see those. It's been going on all season, these defensive worries. We did get overrun. You're right. They overrun us. And that system that you just talked about, that didn't help us for that first goal or the second goal. So that maybe did it work or not? And then that's the debate, isn't it, on Monday, whether it worked or not. But you're right. Pogba is good at getting a ball and spraying out left, right, and whatever. And Bruno didn't come up to. I thought Bruno set first half. He got a little bit lost and I didn't see any moaning this first half, which is surprising to see. Maybe he was about being there. I might have noticed it. I didn't see it on the TV, unfortunately. But Lingard again lost. So that how can I say? That responsibility wasn't there. I don't think we weren't responsible. We weren't tight. We got a bit lost. And I saw Maguire fall out when he was running back, as he does this. He goes, Harry, we've come out. What you do? Don't blame. He does this blame game, Harry. It really annoys me. He goes, you pick him up. No, you're not.
Hatrick. No. Patrick, we're going to fall out and bump heads over Maguire. Come on, please. I would disagree. We're going to come on to the goal because you said some interesting things about how Maguire being responsible for that goal. But I've got a different version of that. I just want to say Bill Badger saying Pogba is not and never has been a midfielder from Bill Badger. So he's not a supporter. Cosman in the house, he said Pogba cupped his ears at full time after the booing and abuse he got from the fans. Okay, so he got a lot of boos from the fans. What do you think, Paddy? You go to games. Why do you think they're booing him?
Do you know what? I saw the booing and I saw Pogba as he was sitting down. He was smiling and laughing. Now, was that from the Norwich fans or was it from the United fans?
I'm not sure. I didn't witness this.
I witnessed it
from the United fans.
When he come off, he sat down and smiled, and I thought, is that coming from the Norwich fans or is it coming from the United fans? That's my point. I don't know whether that needs to be confirmed.
We'll find out. I'm sure guys will let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Just going through a few minutes comments. Annie Herbert, Arsenal fan, who lost today. Shame on you. He's saying poor game, but it's a win. Arsenal versus Man United next Saturday. Yes, that's going to be huge. Matthew Bassett say to Annie Herbert, Arsenal bottling top 4 for sure. Matthew Bassett says one of the major problems with this squad is that there's too many players who are only good when given a free role on the pitch. Matthew Bassett, okay, so Emma's in the house. How you doing, Emma? Saying 5-0 against Liverpool. What are you thinking? So 5.
Atletico Madrid set up them for Tuesday then.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Emma. I will put a word in with the boss. Cut his hands. Okay. Hi, Billy Red. How you doing, Billy Red? He said I found the stream. I could hear the F Pogba out, the chants loud and clear. So is that coming from the Man United fans, Billy Red?
Yeah.
From your stream, did you hear that? Do you think it was coming from the Man United fans? Oh God. Yeah. Welcome, Billy Red.
Yeah.
And okay. So Billy Red confirmed it's coming from the United fans.
That's interesting.
F off chants to Pogba. F off. Yeah, everyone's hearing it now. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, can I react to that then, Monday? I suspect that's a reaction to him about the rumours of him going to PSG and he's had enough and he's leaving. Again, that's rumours, all talk. So I suspect that when he's having a new contract, it's probably, I don't know, it's a debate, isn't it? But that may be a reaction to what happened, him leaving, the rumours of him leaving to go to PSG. Maybe fans had enough.
Obviously,
okay, yeah.
Samuel Luckhurst reported it. Okay. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we didn't know that. I had no idea that was going on. All right, first half action, guys. So we've done the lineup. Obviously, it's a 4-1-4-1 sort of formation. We set up against Norwich with this formation. We played pretty well, but unfortunately, after 3 minutes, Pookie had a one-on-one with the keeper. And he was like, got away. They had a quick break. He was one-on-one with the keeper. Keeper came, our keeper, De Gea, came to the edge of his box, and Pookie tried to dink it over him. And he stood kind of tall, must have come off his chest or something. And it was a good save because Pookie's a critical and clinical finisher. That was it after the 3rd minute. Let's see. Ronaldo had a shot on target from the right in the 6th minute. So there's a lot. The game was really open, guys. If any of you guys watched it, it was really open. Mainly for Man United. And obviously after 6 minutes, we scored. Elanga, he pinched the ball from them trying to play the ball out from Ben Gibson. Elanga's really quick. They managed to tackle him in the box and just squared it across the 6-yard box. Ronaldo was there just to finish his dinner. It was really easy finish for him. 9th minute, Lingard steers the ball wide. And it's the 4th time, they said, this season that we've scored within the first 15 minutes. So think about that, guys. Throughout the whole season, we've only scored 4 times in the first 15 minutes. So that was a good start for Man United to be up like that. At this point, I've written down the crowd were buzzing. After 16 minutes, Sancho crossed from the left corner box, and Delo kind of was on the back post and was stretching to get there. If he would have got a good connection, could have done really well there. And obviously, we're going to go on the 17th minute now. There was a protest. Some fans started entering the stadium. I think that was a part of it. It's to do with 17 years of the Glazers being in charge. Is that right, Paddy?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, and I did see some of the fans coming into the ground. But you could say parts of the ground were empty, to be fair, when they kicked off. And you could see a lot of the fans had been outside. And I did see the video from the Manchester Evening News when they did the video of all the fans actually walking up to the stadium on the protest. I didn't see the latter half of the protest, but they had their say, didn't they? And good. I'm glad we got their say. I don't know whether it'll make a lot of difference or not moving forward. But at least we've had a protest. And I did see them coming in, a lot of fans coming late into the stadium. But I do know a steward down there, so I'll have a chat to him some point this week. So yeah, it was. Yeah.
And Billy Red's just confirming, it was empty seats when it started. So unfortunately, guys, you protested, but you missed the goal. That's what we definitely pay money for. 20th minute, Sancho curls the ball wide of the far post. So Sancho was getting a lot of love on the left. He's chopping inside and out. He was getting a lot of overlaps from Dalot at this point, and used him and cut inside and curled it just past the post. 29th minute, Pogba read the game really well, and the ball was going out for a throw-in, and Pogba had some brilliant control, stopped it going out, took out the air, popped it, flicked it over his head. Someone came rushing towards him. He nutsed him and then ran on, and we had created a chance from that, and the crowd were going clapping for that. So I was surprised Pogba got booed at the end. Lingard had a chance in the 31st minute, one-touch football with Elanga and Ronnie at the edge of the box. He played through, and Lingard just shot, and it ended up with a corner. And from that corner, obviously, Ronnie scored. 35th minute, it was 3 against 5. Sorry, 3. So it's our 2 centre-backs against 3 Norwich players raiding. So at this point, this is the first warning sign for me in the 35th minute. Luckily, Lindelof was able to come. They dropped off. They're dropping off. It was 3 against 2. Just Harry Maguire and Lindelof, backs against the wall. They were raiding 3 Norwich players. And then Lindelof timed it just perfectly to get the tackle in before they popped it off to Pookie, who was on the right. So that was a bit of a warning sign there that the players were too far ahead of the play, and then they broke on us like that. So remember that in the 35th minute. Ronaldo tried an overhead kick in the 38th minute. Pogba Pogba created another chance from Sancho. And then on the 45th minute, obviously Norwich scored a goal. So we're going to talk about the Norwich goal as well. But anything you want to add to the first half? Do you think we played well, Patrick?
Yeah, we had a few chances. Fair. I think I saw a volley from Lingard. We were pushing back. I thought Norwich were break. they were breaking out on several occasions against us. I mean, you're right, we got overrun a little bit, and our defence was struggling with Pookie was lively. He was lively last week actually. And some of they can't finish obviously, but they just can't finish. They just can't. They're not clinical in front of goal. But they got that second goal, didn't they? Again, Tellez, who just Dalot again. I'm not a big fan of I'm not a big fan of our defence. It's woeful. It's dreadful. It's poor. And you know what? This is Norwich. If you think about it, this is Norwich. We play someone better than that on Monday. It's game over.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
You'd be 6-0 down first half. You will be. If you play like that or second half in that defence, and I've seen it this season against the bigger teams, you'll just get wiped. You'll be annihilated. And that's the difference I've seen.
So obviously in the first half, we're talking about first half now. Delano Francis, how you doing, man? He says, just saying our wingers have to do more, stop cutting inside. I think that's part of the inside forwards, inside wing wingers that we have now. They play with the opposite foot. This is what they play, the way they play. So they have to cut inside sometimes. But yeah, it's a good choice. Sometimes maybe go hit the overlap or go down the wing sometimes. Yeah, mix it up, Delano. I agree with you there. Mike Green's in the house. He's saying, Sue. Sue and Sue is in the house. Sue, she's saying good win, guys. Well done. And Delano again says, also Pogba after 5 years just doesn't warrant his contract. He was not bad today, but struggled to remember when he left the impact on the game. That's a good point by Delano. Welcome to the channel. Big up to Niall. Hello, he says to Charlie. Don't you mean Paddy? OMONDI. And finally, Billy Red saying Norwich ripped us apart on the break. 14 shots. We'll be coming to the stats. Paddy's our stat man today. Just going to talk about that goal that they scored then. So on the 35th minute, a bit of a warning sign. I think being 2-0 up, we should have just been conservative. And our two midfielders, I mean, Bruno and Lingard ahead of him, should have dropped off and just played. Don't let the ball get ahead of them. You know, don't get ahead of the play, sort of thing. So when Norwich scored, they broke in the halfway line, played a direct pass, diagonally pass to Pookie, and at this point, that one pass was in between the lines. So now Pogba was ahead of the play, and the two midfielders were ahead of the play. Pogba being the deepest of them, and now it was four defense against 6 Norwich players, and they had a choice there. Pookie played it to the wide man who crossed it into the back post, and the guy just came in and headed and scored. It was a really easy goal. It was a simple goal. But what they did, they were brave enough to exploit our weaknesses today, which was the shape and getting our players not being responsible enough to sort of secure a win, secure the lead. So that was Norwich's goal just before halftime. It put a damper for me on a good first half performance. Otherwise, but yeah, that's the first half. Anything to add there, Paddy?
No, I think you're right. We were cruising at 2-0, weren't we? I talk cruising. But there's always that issue with us, isn't it, about giving things away, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? There's always, and you saw that again for that first goal for them. We were caught square. We were caught again. We'll butt heads on this about Maguire, but he came out again. What was he doing? And this is inherent in a centre back about your positioning. Where's the position? So we got caught out on them. I think it was a free header, wasn't it? Far post. Where was the marking?
I just want to say it's hard to mark when you've got 6 players raiding at you. I don't think it's anything to do with Harry Maguire, this goal. We can go back and look at it again. I just think they were 4 at the back. They're looking ahead of them. Their midfielders are nowhere to be seen, and they had 6 players on at them. You can't pick up everybody. This is what I'm thinking. It was a great pass. Nothing to do with Harry Maguire.
It was said though in the halftime briefing on the program that I saw, what was Harry Maguire's got to stay in his position. He's got to stay where. Never mind the midfield. He's got to stay where he's not coming out like that. He got dragged out. I don't know why he came out. That was my only criticism there on Monday. And it was said at halftime by some of the Premiership players on the game that I was watching, saying he should stay where he was. And that was.
I think that one's we're going to have to look into that a lot deeper because I don't see it like that. I just think that there's 4 against 6. Well, how do you get into situations where there are 4 against 6 when you've got 3 man in midfield? It shouldn't be that case. These guys are cheating. They should have dropped back in. At least start their starting position to be a lot deeper and just be a bit conservative. Minutes to go before half time, you can see the goal like that, and they've rushed us and got in behind Pogba and the midfield, and I think they're responsible.
I think you're right. I think I've got to give you a point on that. The midfield is responsible for not protecting the back four. I get that totally, and that's the reason we've had it all season when they're not running back quickly enough. They're not closing down quickly enough, and they're not. That's what happened, and they're ball watching, classic ball watching. Where is it? I don't know. And they're just watching it all go along. But I don't know. And that's what happened. Click, click, goal, bang, straight away. You know what I mean? That's what happened.
That was disappointing. But anyway, we're going to go to half-time now. Just a couple more comments here, guys. We've got 10 likes in the house, Sid and Anthony. We want more than that. Come on, step it up. Few highs. But Delano again is saying, in general, Pogba is too talented to be put in 5 or 6 every week. The standard has to be better from him. The fans are fed up. Niall's saying, yeah, all good. To Matthew, they're saying, oh, it's a love affair in here. Get a room, guys. And he's saying, Amondi, would you be doing a stream for the Fury fight next week? We're here to talk football, but yes, I will. Susie's saying, we're in trouble on Tuesday against Liverpool. Don't tempt fate, please. 14 now. 14 in the chat. Hit the like button, guys. If you don't mind. Matthew saying, don't worry. Don't think about Tuesday. That's going to be embarrassing for us. Delano saying, sir, you're right. He has to stay in position. Talking about you. He agrees with you, Patrick. Delano does.
Delano.
Box is saying, part of the bus versus the bin dippers. Here we go. Oh, God, it started already. And, we got dragged out like a cow on leash. It's about Maguire. So Cosman agrees with you as well. Billy Red said, Lindelof was the only one who looked like a defender today. The other 3, poor positioning. Delano saying, if he says to stop the man from putting in the cross, if he stays, he stops the man from putting in the cross. Harry Maguire has no positional senses. Matthew, Cosmo says, my God, reminds you of the 5-0 when the midfielders were watching them. Yeah, that goal is this is what he's saying here. The goal against Norwich, first goal they scored, we were overrun. It does remind me of that terrible game against Liverpool. Last couple here. Just to say hi to Pat Lawless in the house. Family Lang, yes. Box is saying, team, okay, I'll just do this now quickly. He said we should play De Gea, Lindelof right back, Jones and Maguire, Bailey left back, Matic. Oh God, it's basically all defenders. Okay.
None of them are defenders. Some of them,
yeah, former defenders. Cosmo saying, I think Ralph was right that we don't bring our youngsters into that atmosphere. Big up Pat Lawless. Yeah, we all love Pat Lawless. The players definitely don't run enough or support each other, says Emma. That's a good point. And finally, Bill's saying, good evening, Pat. Pat's getting enough respect. So, Paddy, you could be right there. I think a lot of people agreed with you with your verdict of the goal of Harry Maguire. So maybe I need to have a check on that one. But we're going to move on now. Before we do, just Paddy, do you want to ask everyone to hit the like and subscribe while I set up the next?
Come on, everybody, like and subscribe. This is the best stream ever on YouTube. Come on, lads. Come on. Hit that like button and subscribe. Come on. God.
Thank you. Come on. Yeah. All right. So, guys, we're going to talk about the second half now. And obviously, we're 2-1 up. Bit disappointed to concede a goal. But we did generally sort of run the game, apart from a few scares. And the manager should have seen that and maybe sort of pointed it out and said to be a bit more tight at the back or the midfield. So, 49th minute, Pogba was playing head tennis from a corner, flicked it into Maguire. They tried too intricate. Just bang it in the back of the net, man. I mean, trying to play 1-2 touch football around there. It's nice, looked good, but it didn't come off. The 52nd minute, Pukki was in on goal, peels off Lindelof. So obviously they've broken again from the halfway line, and Tellez is well out. He's well wide and not tucked in with the centre back. Suddenly you got the 2 centre backs. You got Lindelof and you got Maguire. Pukki does his great movement. He peels off Lindelof, and Lindelof's looking for Tellez because not only is he trying to play the line, not only trying to read where the guy's going to play and what he's trying to close down the guy and organise. There's a lot of things going on at one time, and he's pointed to where Pukki's gone and demanding that the left back Tellez tucks in. He should have tucked in anyway, but he was well out of position. And Pukki used that space, exploited that space. The ball came through to him, and he was one-on-one with the keeper. He played it near post, gave him the eyes. It was a really good goal, good finish. Don't you think, Paddy?
I do. And Omondi, again, is a comedy moment, isn't it? That's it. It's a comedy. It's a comedy gold moment, isn't it? With what happened with that goal. Great goal. Pukki again, all game he's been grafting up for for Norwich. And I watched him last week against Burnley, and he's one of the standout players for me. And he has been playing well all season. But I'll tell you one thing, again, going back to previous games, I saw it at the City game, I saw it at Madrid game, Telles, Dalot, not positional-wise, I don't know, they need to go back to the classroom, I don't know. Maybe they could have a classroom session with some, with like John Cleese as with the gown going, I don't know, or Harvard School of Defence. And then, do you know...
Or mind your language, session of mind your language.
Mind your language. Yeah, your ear and my ear. Mind your language, with the beautiful transport, wasn't it? But just go back and say, look, someone should be in the classroom and say, tell us where's your positioning. Same with Dalot, where's your position? I saw it at the Madrid game, both of them got lost. And it seems to be a reoccurring thing now at our defence. We got the other two comedy characters in the mid with Maguire and Lindelof. I think they're no way. It's not the standard for us. And then Tellez had to come in because of Shaw not being in there, and Dalot again pushing in there. It's just it's been going on all season. OMONDI. That's the thing, you see. And that goal was coming. They're 2-2 then, aren't they? Pukki's got in. He was not even challenged, was he? Properly, he had all that room to go. Where should I put it? Right? Should I put it left? No, I'll put it to. Thank you very much. That's what happened. Didn't get closed down, bro.
So that was in the 52nd minute, so 7 minutes after the first half. So in the space of they scored on the 45th minute, they scored on the 52nd minute. So 2 goals, and the warning signs were there, and we didn't adhere to it. So it's like a point now. So obviously we know the final result, but at this point you're thinking, how are we going to score? Because we're 2-2 now. We've let this team get back in. The crowd aren't as ruckus as before. They're not really on it anymore. And it's down to the manager now to make a change, don't you think, to sort of give us the 3 points. So the next segment we talk about is Ralph's system change and the subs, because we could look at Ralph as a genius here by saying he's giving us the game. He's identified the areas that we're having a problem in, and he sorted it out and then got us the win. So the subs now. So Matt on the 62nd minute, they scored 10 minutes after the goal. And we've already seen it, how they could overrun us and get breaks on us. Matic comes on for Lingard. So Lingard was playing as a number 8 in a 3-man midfield. And Matic comes on. And then you've got Pogba and Matic more secure now. Pogba's not on his own as deep line. So that gives you a bit more security. Also, Lingard was a bit vexed. You can see him mouth him off. Not with the decision to come off, but just with his own performance, I feel. I don't think it was anything to do with coming off. I put here Matic offered more security, and that was the end of the Ajax system, I believe. We've gone back to the 2 in midfield holding and just give us a bit more security there. And then in the 73rd minute, Rashi came on for Pogba and Mata come on for Tellez. And you're thinking, well, what shape do we have here? And the shape we did go to was 4 at the back still. We had the Langa move back to right back. Dalot, because Tellez has come off, has gone to left back. With Harry Maguire on the right, I repeat, he's played on the right today, and Lindelof. Then in the midfield, Pogba's come off now, so you've got Matic, which is still 2-2. We're looking for that goal. We've got Matic, Bruno, and Mata in midfield, okay? Sancho and Rashford wide, and Ronnie down the middle. So that was a tactical change, and obviously the free kick came in the 75th minute. That's 2 minutes after this tactical change. Not that it had anything to do with that because it's a free kick, but that was an attacking change that we went to. What do you think about Elanga right back, Dalot left back? What do you think about Ralph and his decision making there?
Yeah, he had to make a change and obviously protect all those because Norwich were getting more and more. They were overrunning us, weren't they? And I think with Matic coming on, settling things down and trying to make things happen, and with Mata as well coming on as well, I think he's an elder statesman for us, isn't he? And so he gave us a bit of a calming down. He made a few, he created a few chances, just knitted a few passes together. I think it worked. It did. It settled things down, I think, definitely. Because it did. I don't think Norwich were overrunning us so much then with Matic and Mata coming. I felt that stymied it slightly, I think. They still came on to us, though.
Yeah, I think what I've noticed about Ralph, he does make subs on the 62nd minute or 65th minute. Around that time, he looks to make impact subs. And today, for example, he could, feel a bit proud and say, well, minutes after I made this change, we've scored and everything else. But the issue I had was once we did score, with that formation that we had now, with Langa, for example, right back, Dalot playing sort of a left back, but he's not really a left back. and Mata in the field as well. Would we get overrun again, you know? But luckily, the players performed pretty well. I think there was a bit of intelligence there. Mata, I thought, was fantastic when he came on. He popped the ball around, kept it, ran into corners, played 1-1, two touch, you know, kept the ball. Very intelligent player. And it's a shame that, like, for the last 3-4 years, he hasn't been used as much as I feel he should have been used. I feel he's very great. I think he's a great player. Great player, Matic.
He is a great player. No, he's a great player. I think he's yesterday's man, isn't he? Again, I know he came on. He used his experience. He did, but thing is, again, I'm going to put a bit of a reality screen on this. You know, the fact is, we're playing someone good. Mata would have been passed over completely. You know, it was Norwich. He used his experience. It was Norwich. It wasn't those top two teams at the top there, or. You know, it wasn't, but he would have been passed. He would have been just creamed over, mate. Creamed over. It would have been no way. It was Norwich. He did well to give him his due. Ralph has made some good changes there, and I do. Do you know what? I've heard a result. I heard a note from Ralph earlier today in his press conference saying that he realises he does see the issues in our team. So I'm pleased to say that just as an afternoon. So that's good.
Okay. I know you guys in the comments are talking about the Liverpool game that's coming up. Save your comments because we will touch on that towards the end of the show, which is coming up soon. Just going to do a player rating session now with Pat. Obviously, we all see the game differently, so we just look quickly because we haven't got much time left. Just go through the team and just give us a little rundown of how you felt they're done. If you want to speak on them quickly, don't mind me. Just go ahead. So I'm going to start with the goalkeeper, De Gea. I'll quickly say he made a couple of good saves, especially in the third minute. Made a good save. Couldn't do nothing about the goals, I feel. But I'm going to give him about a 6.
Yeah, I'll go with about. I'll give him 8 actually. He did really well. He saved us a couple of times again. Unlucky for the goals. So yeah, to 8 for De Gea on Monday.
So I'm just going to do the whole defense. It's got Dalot, Telles, Lindelof, and Harry Maguire. I thought it's a system that exploited. The 2 goals were where we were exploited because the midfield all over the place. I think the defense done okay. I want to see more from Dalot. I think he can offer you more from raiding down the right. I want to see more deliveries. I want to see more take-ons. He's a bit short of pace, maybe. He's not electric. When I'm looking at standard. I saw Lamptey today. They beat Brighton, had a good performance, and Lamptey played really well. I'm seeing Reece James in Europe. I'm seeing Trent. I mean, these guys are fantastic. We need someone of that level.
Yes.
I think so. Overall, I'm going to give the whole defense as a 6. No one was outstanding.
I'll give them 3. All of them were poor. Not the standard we want. I'm sorry.
So just here, Delano's agreeing with you with the 8 for De Gea. 5 or less for the defense. I imagine that's what he's saying there. 8 for De Gea, 8 for Ronnie. All the others 4, said Billy. Yeah. Let's just finish up there. All right, we've got Pogba. I thought he played well in the first half. I think if he did try to communicate, I'm going to give Pogba 7 based on what he did on the pitch. I don't think it was his fault that 2 players ahead of him were cheating in a way, but on the ball, he was asked to do a job, and that was distributed all pop. In possession, he was very good. Out of possession, as a side, I don't think we've got exploited. So I'm going to give him a 7. I'm going to give Pogba a 7.
I'll give him 5 because it's a 90-minute game, not a 45-minute game.
True. I'm going to go to Lingard and Bruno now. 5 for me. Not very good for both of them.
I'll go with 5. Yeah, with you on 5. Yeah, definitely.
The wide men, I don't think they offered us enough. Sancho done well in the first half. He's trying to get it out his feet and sort of create and just have a few chances, but still not good enough. I'm giving them both a 5. Elanga 2, and big up Elanga for going right back towards the end of the game.
Yeah. I'll give him big up. Dilly dally with Sancho at the moment, isn't he? Dilly dally, lovely, but no substance. So I'll give him 4.
Okay, and Ronnie, overall his performance. I mean, the free kick, the easy goal, tap in. Apart from that, he did try 1 or 2 things. I'm going to give him an 8. You say 8, he scored a hat-trick, but I'm just going to give him 8 because I don't think he was outstanding in other areas. But that's what he does. He's at the age now where he finishes dinner, and that's what he did today. So 8. Very good performance.
I'll give 8 as well, mate. I'll give you 8. You're right. He's clinical. Got the goals. Got the header. Bang, bang, bang. There you go. Close shot. I'll give him 8.
Delano's going off in the comments. He's saying 6 for Sancho. Delano's saying 6.5 for Pogba. 6.5 for Elanga, and finally a 7 for 7 for Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Box is saying Ronaldo is man of the match. Yeah, quite possibly. That's true. So we finished up with the player ratings. We know the subs came on. I just want to give another shout out to Mata when he came on the pitch. I thought he was outstanding. I'll give him a 7, but otherwise the subs were just a 5 for me. Anything to add about the subs there?
I mean, yeah, Mata, yeah, 7. But again, different game. You wouldn't see him so good. Yeah, fine.
Okay, so here we go, guys. Make sure there's 15 people watching. Press the like button. Yeah, press the like. Let's get about. I don't know how we're on now. Let's get to 30. Let's get to 30 likes if we can. Because we're closing down. We're winding down now. But listen, guys, I was down in the dumps. The Leicester game. A few games ago, I was like, oh man, we're done. We're done out here. We've seen Arsenal on the rise, seen Tottenham on the rise. But guess what? They both lost today. Let's have a look at this league table. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Now, we were in the mud, weren't we? Have a look at this closely. Now, we are in 5th place, 3 points off Tottenham. We played the same amount of games as Tottenham. Behind us, with a game in hand, is Arsenal, who we play next week. We've also got to play Liverpool, who had a tough game in Europe midweek. They've had a tough game on that big Wembley pitch today against Man City, regardless of the result. And they've got to play on Tuesday again. And would they be playing their best side? You know, who knows? They're chasing the title. I don't know, but could we be up for that? What a great way to get revenge against Liverpool and take the points off them and possibly stop them from winning the league. Because it looks like they've got the FA Cup now as well as the League Cup. But guys, are you looking a bit more hopeful now about getting top 4? Is it possible? We know the fixtures we got left. We've got Palace last day of the season. We've got to play Arsenal. We've got to play Liverpool. We've got a few games in May. What are your thoughts, guys, in the comments? Throw it out there. Look at the league. Look closely, guys. Look closely. Patrick, over to you.
Yeah, I am. You're right. You can see Tottenham are dropping points. Arsenal are dropping points. Are they now on a bit of a wane? Are they on? Have they hit? They have not hitting form now. But I'm not carried away by today, Amanda. I'm sorry. I'm just not carried away by today's performance. I thought we were lucky. We were very lucky today. But we got Liverpool on Tuesday, who will bring us down to earth. No doubt they will do. Massively. You know, that's an annihilation coming up now. Unless we really do pick it up on Tuesday, we really do battle with them, go into battle with them. We could try and get a draw. If we win, it'd be fantastic. But remember, playing a good side. But you never know. And like you say, Arsenal are slipping. Tottenham are slipping. And I thought not top 4 with you, Amanda. I thought, but it is looking. It's looking, I don't know. It's a real good question mark, huge question mark now, but tough games coming up. It's going to be exciting, these games coming up now, but I worry about some of the big games. Arsenal, big one, but Liverpool on Tuesday, oh my God, that's huge. But the other teams have to step up now. If they start slipping as well and we get points, we might sneak it on Monday. We might sneak it. You never know. I want Champions League. I don't want the poor man's Champions League. You forget about it. I don't want it.
Maybe it's written in the stars that Harry Maguire, someone who's been booed all season, will come up, step up, and get that winning goal to get us top 4. Or maybe it'll be Pogba to go out and sign out like that. Or maybe it'll be
Amanda, don't mention that man.
Guys, in the comments, what do you think? Have a good look at the table. Is it still on? Who's given up? Who had given up in the comments? Some of you must have given up a few weeks ago and said, "Oh, it's over now. We never get this." But look, Tottenham and Arsenal, they keep messing it up. So I'm looking at this, man. I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, we might be back in the running. I just want to say thanks to TalkMU for getting the league table up. Let's put this away now. Wow. It's all there. It's all there to play with. And make sure you tune into the Man United Agenda because we cover every game all the way to the end. And it could be epic. So make sure you're here with us, So is the top 4 still on? Let's talk about the Liverpool game quickly because you wanted to discuss Liverpool. Patrick, they're a great side, clearly. They beat us 5-0. They're challenging for every single trophy this year. Fire away.
Yeah, they are top class, mate. They are. I don't want to say about it because I can't stand them. I can't stand City. I don't want to watch their running to the end of the game. I've got to try and put blinkers on. I don't want to see it. I don't even know about them winning. I don't care who wins the league. I don't care. I want to concentrate on us. But at the moment, they are playing really well, and they beat City today. I mean, they got away with it. But their defense, Benfica, they were lucky to beat Benfica. So I don't know whether is there a sense that maybe Ronaldo could exploit that weakness. Is there a problem with their defense at the moment? They keep leaking these goals. They're leaking them goals again. But they're at Anfield. They play some great football. I think they got much higher standard players than we have, and they could be too much for us on Tuesday. we'll have a look at the chat from everybody else, but I do really worry about what we did today and our defensive, our woeful attitude today in the defence. That could really come back and bite us Tuesday. That's all, Monday.
That's a great assessment. I think you're not being too negative, because I think there is hope. There's hope about it, but it's playing Liverpool. I mean, like you were saying, I think they are a fantastic team. You have to give them credit to where they're at the moment and where we want to be. I think to play them, like you said, you gave a great example, which really raised my eyebrow about the Benfica game. They can be stifled a little bit. You got to look to sort of stop them playing. Maybe stop the ball getting to the wide men early, where this is something that we could possibly do. Maybe sit people behind the ball and let them try to sort of break us down in a way. Don't let them break on us like we did today. That would be suicide, I believe. So they're possible. I would take a draw as a great result against Liverpool, and then I'd still be motivated. But we can't go there and take a spanking like we did at Old Trafford. We've got to get some sort of, if we've got any character, some of these players will know how big this game is. If they've got any character, anyone who turned up at that 5-0 would be putting it, working their socks off and doing it for the fans, because we don't deserve this, not to lose like that. We could have an aggregate result of 10-0 if we play like we did today, for example, over Liverpool this season. So just want to go through a few comments, because Badger's saying no to top 4. We'll say hi to Eddie in the comments. He's Eddie Waffle. If you don't know him, he's checked out. He was on yesterday and a big support of our channel. He's got his own channel as well, which obviously Eddie Waffle Football. Go and check that out. Talking, he was saying we are not stretching defence enough to be using the wide spaces in behind. It's a good point. Box is saying Arsenal got 4 defeats in 5 games. That's really bad, isn't it, for someone who's challenging for top 4? Pat Lawless is saying, smash them likes. Yeah, thank you, Pat. Thank you. Pat. There's 2 Pats in the house, and Pat Lawless is promoting. Box is saying Tottenham, top 4 driving seat. United could be in a better position than Arsenal right now. Eddie saying Liverpool will be up for Tuesday and have a decent squad to rotate. United can barely beat Norwich. I ain't confident. You can't lie with it. You can't argue with that, can you? Matthew Bassett saying Klopp knows how to motivate players, and even if they swap players, they're still quality. Yep. A lot of respect here for Liverpool. Matthew saying, I'm dreading Tuesday. It'll be an annihilation. Bill Badger saying, as shite as we've been, we've only lost 8 games in the whole season. We've drawn a lot there as well, haven't we? I was looking at the league table. Billy Red saying, Dippers, Arsenal, Brentford, Brighton, and Chelsea and Palace. 2 wins out, 2 to 3 wins he sees there. Man, who do you see us beating there? Look at Billy's list there. I think we can beat Arsenal, Brentford, Brighton, and Palace.
Brighton got a good result against Spurs today. Don't forget that. Yeah. Brighton played really well to watch that game. Brentford are back in there as well. Arsenal, are they going to pick it up against us next on that Sunday? Chelsea, again, they're unpredictable at the moment, aren't they? Palace, on the day Roy Hodgson gets their team, when he gets their team together. So you don't know, do you? So you don't know what will happen with that.
Thanks, Billy Red, for the list. It's easy to see it when we can go through the games. As you don't forget, Man United agenda, we will be at all the London games. That's be Arsenal and Crystal Palace this season. Hopefully get some interviews. And if you want to come down, if you're in the area, we'll interview you as well, either myself or solo. Going through the comments now, top 4 was over and we failed to reinforce our squad in January. Mr. B would like that, and TalkMU. They said the same thing. What did you say, Pat? Did you agree with that when we failed to reinforce our squad in January? Did you think it was over?
The thing is, reinforce your squad in January. You don't always. It's not a good time to sort of strengthen your squad in January, is it? Because you're not going to get those players you want in January. You're just not going to. That is the reality. You're very lucky to reinforce your squad with players that you want to add in January. I mean, you could reinforce our squad, and you could buy any player would better our squad at the moment. You're right, we didn't. But Ole again was at the wheel then, wasn't he? And he got too relaxed, didn't he, with his team, and that's what happened. And he came back and it did bite us. I
think Ollie left in November. I think it was Ralph.
Ralph, yeah. Was it? Okay, yeah, okay. Sorry, yeah. So we got
Red Devil. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I think Ralph. Yeah, but Ralph couldn't. He was the interim manager. You just can't reinforce in January. You just can't really properly. No one really does that unless it's an emergency.
Tottenham did, and they're doing all right. They've got 2 good players from Juve. Reg Devil Studio saying, none, top 4 ain't on. Honestly, no team deserves it. It's true. Please don't think we beat Liverpool at Anfield. I'm not. I just put it out there. Just because of our next game. They rested their players against Benfica. That's true. They were still good enough to go through. TalkMU make a good point here. We must outnumber Liverpool on the wide positions, and we may be able to reduce the amount of chances they can create. And yes, they are dodgy at the back for me. So I'm going for 1-0 United. Oh, that's my scoreline. Thank you. Billy saying football lessons coming up, I'm afraid. A shite house 1-0 dipper own goal will do me. Oh dear. Last few comments here. Cosman saying, I hope we are in the Euro League and not the Conference League. Andy Herbert says Omondi we got Chelsea on Wednesday, can't watch. Oh god, that's Arsenal fans saying that. Here we go. Brighton are really good, coached well, and Basuma was world class today. Was class today. He stopped Son and Kane on his own. He stopped the ball. He intercepted everything, didn't he? And finally, last point, just from let's do our best to stay positive and back the Reds. And that's a good way to end the show, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've got to support our team, definitely, but I've got to be realistic, and I'm always realistic, and I do worry about because I can see our team and how it's playing, and I can see the issues that can really come back and bite us, really, and I saw that today.
So finally, I just want to say thanks everyone for tuning in. I mean, obviously the 3 o'clock game is not shown live, so some of us can get access to the games. If you know, man, like that sort of thing. Paddy and myself are quite blessed in that department. So we've done all right in that respect. So we did get to watch the game. We tried to give you the best breakdown we could of the game. Obviously, you'll be watching it tonight, Match of Day, or watch it on Sky or whatever. But it was overall, it wasn't the best of performances because we leaked 2 goals. There was a system change. We were missing players, and Norwich, exploited us a little bit. But Ronaldo, again, I want to finish on a positive note because Pat's got me all hyped up now and glowing. You see, I caught the sun today as well. Look at my face. Pat's got me all glowing, saying, look, let's do our best to stay positive and back the Reds. I'm backing us, guys. Let's go to Liverpool. Let's see what we can do. That's the benchmark. If they beat us, fair enough. The league doesn't lie, but let's just push all the way. We've got a few games left. As our man was showing us earlier, the game's good to go. Let's get behind the team, guy. Let's be positive. And most importantly, let's tune in to the Man United Agenda. We can see myself, you can see Paddy, you can see Mr. B, TalkMU, you can see Solo, you can see a world of people, SHAH, all these guys coming on and talking about the thing we love the most. All of us here, what we've all got in common, and that's Manchester.
On Monday, we're the best. We're simply the best. Better than all the rest, as the song goes on Monday. Okay.
Thank you very much. Paddy, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thanks for your wonderful analysis. We both watched the game and both enjoyed it in the end. We're remaining positive. So, to everyone who's tuned in, press the like button. We're signing out and we'll see you on Monday at 8:30. God bless. Bye-bye.